Right, good afternoon, people. Today was really crappy weather. So I wasn't able to get out to do my bushcrafting today. So I decided to go up to the town centre, Streatham, and get some bits and pieces. Now, I actually ran out of string yesterday. I've actually ordered some off Amazon. I think it's like 500 feet for $5.99, because normally Poundland doesn't have them, string or rope or anything like that. Sometimes they have like a little kind of like figure eight wrapped around for £1, but it's only like about 5 meters or 10 meters or whatever, you know, and that wouldn't last you at all. So I was able to get some today, and I'm going to show you the Poundland deals I got. Well, Poundland sandwich, which I'm going to be eating in a little while. You can always take a couple of bottles of drink, 2 for £1 in Poundland. So you take those on your hike, or you know, on your you know, when you go to your base or your camp, and when you start, you know, working on it, you do get thirsty. So 2 drinks. Now, I was looking on Amazon and eBay for tarps. Now, I know Poundland used to do tarps. I went up there the other day and I couldn't see none yet. So I was looking on Amazon and I was looking how much the tarps were. And there's about $4.99, £5.50, you know, etc., etc. I thought that's a bit expensive for a tarp, isn't it? Now, I don't know how many tarps I would probably use on my little base, my little camp. I'm just going to call it base now. So I didn't know how many I was going to use anyway. So I was looking on Amazon today, last night. I thought maybe I should get one, but let's just wait. And I'm glad that I bloody did wait, because Poundland has actually got tarp in there now. And I actually bought 6 of the buggers. So in a minute, when I get all the stuff out, I'll show you what I've got. And although I ordered a roll of string of Amazon $5.99, Poundland had rolls of bloody string. So it's all what, you know, you never know what you can get, you know, when you need it, or when you don't need it. When you need it, you can never get it at a decent price. But today I was lucky. But yeah, this is the tarps. I bought 6 of them. And I'm going to open one up to see how big it is, because I'm not sure how big it is. Because what I want 6 for, so I can put them along the walls, one on the ceiling and one on the floor. So it actually looks pretty big, actually. Yeah, that's pretty big. So I bought 6 of those. So that's £6. Because I'm on a very small budget, I've got to be careful on what I spend when you know, starting a new hobby kind of thing. And this is going to be kind of a hobby interest. So 6 tarps, £6. There we go. I'm actually going to be doing a kind of a little box for, you know, like emergencies, you know, lighter, cotton wool and that kind of stuff. I also bought these. This is a protected plastic drop cloth, yeah. One of those big plastic things that you lay on the floor when you do painting. Now, someone did a video yesterday regarding plastic. It's pretty good to keep warmth in. So this has, I'm not going to open it up because it's probably big anyway, but it has packs of 2 in it, yeah, and that was £1 as well. The plastic he was actually talking about though was more of the plastic that you got on a bed mattress. Well, I was going to go into my local one up at Streatham and ask them if we had any plastic, but I just couldn't be bothered. So, you know, this should be okay. All what I have to do is like double it over or triple it over. So I want to make a little window in my little hut when I finish making it, or in the process of making it. So 2 plastic drop cloths, 2 packet, £1. Now this is a universal warming cap. Now it's a kind of a thing you put over a big plant. But I'm thinking what I could do, I don't know how big it is, but maybe I could use that with the plastic and put it in between the plastic when I make the window. And it's pretty big, then I might be able to put some on the floor as well to, you know, try to keep the heat in. So I'm not saying it's going to work, but, you know, you need to test things out. It's always worth testing things out. So yeah, bought 2 of those plastic drop cloth things. And as I said, when you want things in Poundland, I never got it. And now I've already ordered it on Amazon, and it's turning up today. 4 rolls of 60mm, 197-foot rolls of string, £1 a packet. So I bought 3 packets. 1 packet will go with me tomorrow because I am going to go up there tomorrow. It's supposed to be dry tomorrow. The other thing I bought was some cotton wool. I have heard that cotton wool is pretty good for fire starting. So, packet of cotton wool. And a little bag to stick some bits in. Don't know what I'm going to put in it yet, but a little bag for £1 in Poundland. It's actually a wash bag. So, I might put like the string, cotton wool, lighter, and some other bits in it actually. So I've seen like people use the leather bags, and I'm not paying out for one of those just yet. Or I could use one of my little containers to put it all in. 3 containers for £1. You get 3 different sizes with 3 lids on it. So you can either put, you know, your kind of like firelight and stuff in one of these, or you could use these to put your food in, or use it for whatever you want to use it for, I suppose. Now, where I am in my camp, there is a lot of trees there, but mainly the same kind of tree. And it's very hard to find any tree that I can cut the bark off. So I went over to my local common, walked from Streatham down to Streatham Common, and I pulled off a lot of bark. Now I know it's a bit wet, but I'm going to put some out on the newspaper and leave it in the kitchen, open air, and hopefully it'll dry out. Now there's 2 different types of bark. This one, and that one. Now I don't know what one's better for fire lighting. I think that one's supposed to be the better one for fire lighting. So what I'm going to do is dry probably about a dozen each off on some newspaper, and then take it with me tomorrow and see what one catches light the best. So instead of just bringing a couple bits home, I went a bit greedy and pulled quite a bit off the dead trees and got a bag full, and I'll dry some of those off and take them with tomorrow. The other things I did buy, I'll tell you, I didn't think they were going to be bloody expensive. But yeah, the only decent box which I found of nails was for £4, and you get mixed type of nails, which are these ones. Now, I was looking for some of the bigger ones, and I only do them in the box, about 100 or something, yeah. And they wanted £5.50 a box for 100 nails. I thought, I'm not paying that. I could have bought another box of these, but I think that should be okay for what I need. If I need any more, I know where to go and get them. So, box of nails. I'm not going to be using a lot of nails anyway, to be honest with you. It's more going to be string. And I know these are probably the wrong kind of saws, but I'm going to try to make my own little kind of like bow saw, hacksaw thing. I tried looking for the one with the bigger teeth, but I couldn't find none. I'm going to try and look on Amazon or eBay for some bigger ones. You do get 15 for £2.50 in home base. So, you know, I thought I'd get them and try and make one of my, you know, my own little saw. Even if it's just cutting like, you know, small chunks of wood down, you know, mainly for firewood. Same with carrying the big saw around with me all the time. So £2.50 in home base, 15 blades. That's it really. I did do a little video of me going around collecting. That's just like in there, don't worry about it. This is just like 2 onions and 2 tomatoes. I'm going to fry up for dinner today. As I didn't cook it yesterday, I've got to cook it today. It's still in a container in plastic sealed bags in the fridge. Just hoping it doesn't give me poison. Otherwise be stuck in bed for God knows how long. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the whole packet then with me tomorrow. But I'm going to sort out some of that dry tinder and probably put it in a smaller compartment. But naturally, no, I think I'll put it in here because it's small. Although it's bigger than the actual thing, you know, that's thick. We can just push that down. So I'm going to put it in here. But I'm going to put like a big zip bag in there as well. So, you know, the inside of this won't get too dirty. I did do a video, me walking around the common, pulling off the bark from 2 different trees. Some of it I couldn't really pull, so I used a knife. And as I say, they look like dead trees anyway. The second tree I went to, someone had actually already been pulling bark off anyway, so I just pulled off the bark mainly from the same branch. Some of the other tree bark, the first lot I actually got was along the roadway, and those just flaking off. And I actually like check them because I had like beetles and earwigs and stuff like that in there. I don't want to bring them home, so I kind of like cleaned them off before I put them in the bag. And there's these like the white fungi kind of thing on there. It might be eggs, so what I'm going to do is put that in another bag or box, so hopefully they won't, like, you know, go and hatch. What are you doing? Get out, bloody nosy cat. The video I did do, I think the audio was off, so I've got to check the audio. And if the audio was off, I'm going to put some kind of like music across the actual video and upload the video later on tonight. But for now, I'm going to sit and have my coffee, my sandwich, and watch a couple of YouTube channels, and then clear that mess off the bed, and get my fire lighting kits sorted out. I've actually ordered one of those fire lighting, you know, sparky things. I can't remember what they're called now. That's not going to be until next week. So I've ordered a cheap one off Amazon. No, I'm not on Amazon. Ordered a cheap one from China, which I shouldn't have done, but it was only £1 anyway. And the other one was from a UK seller, so that should be by the end of the week, hopefully, if not Monday or Tuesday. So I am going to be concentrating on going back up there when the weather's dry and do some more building. And as I say, the videos are going to be like on their little series, series 1, episode 1, Series 1, Episode 2, Series 1, Episode 3, etc., etc. And so it goes. I have bought some books as well. The Ray Mears Essential Bushcrafting, which I will take with me and have a look at. Edible mushrooms. Now, I'll tell you something about that in a minute. And food from the wild. So I will be looking at food from the wild because I do like looking at, different wild plants, and, I'm not going to worry about the fungus and mushrooms for now, although there's a lot in here. But I'm going to look at the more like the plant life and see what's edible and which isn't edible. Now, I bought the mushroom book because I thought, save me keep going to the shop and buy mushrooms, because mushrooms are bloody expensive. And, I did buy some during the week anyway, which I did take with me yesterday, but I didn't cook them. But I'm going to cook them later with my fire up. But I did buy the edible book, a bit dirty, used. Originally $12.99, but I think I paid £2.50 for this. It's got a load of different mushrooms in, worldwide. Don't know how many mushrooms are in there, but there's a bloody lot. But a friend of mine, Simon James, said to me on Facebook, be very careful on the mushrooms you pick, because some people will say that they're edible when they're not edible. What they do is they put it in the book and they don't really tell you if they're edible or non-edible, or they have certain kind of acids or poisons or something, or toxicism, which if you eat raw will seriously make you ill, could kill you. But I've been watching a lot of videos where they said that they might have some minor toxins, but once you boil them for 20 minutes, then fry them, then they're okay. Now, I'm going to be on the safe and sorry side. I'm going to just buy the mushrooms from my local supermarket, Lidl's or Lidl's, whatever you want to call it. If I do see the mushrooms, then what I'm going to do, and fungi, I'm going to take a sample and bring it home and check it with the book and see if it is edible or not. And if they are edible, I'll ask my mate Simon what he thinks. And if he says, yeah, they're okay, then I'll eat them. I'll go back up and pick some and eat them. Cook them on an open fire when I'm up there. Because he has actually done bushcrafting himself, I believe, because he used to travel around hiking, and he went to a camp a couple of times, and I think they foraged from the wilderness. So yeah, I'm kind of excited doing this now. I don't know why. It's like milk detecting. I do love milk detecting, but I feel like I keep carrying a milk detector and spade around with me all the time. So milk detecting I'll still be doing, but I'm going to start concentrating on building my little camp. And once I've got the roof on it and the 4 walls, I'm not too worried about the door straight away. I will start, doing milk detecting again on dry weather for a couple of hours. And when I get a bit tired, I'll just go to my little hut, sit down, put a fire on, make a cup of coffee, and just chill out for an hour before I go home. The landowner has said I can leave stuff there, but sometimes he's not there when I'm there, so it's kind of a bit awkward getting some of the stuff. I left my big cheap spade up there. He has actually gave me some string as well, which I will get tomorrow. He gave it to me yesterday, a handful of it, because he's got one of these big kind of carton thing, probably don't know how much is on it, but it looks expensive. And he gave me a handful of string yesterday, but I don't think they would probably do more than the 2 walls that I've still got to do. I've actually got to do the 2 side walls, the ceiling, and then the front wall, and I'm going to have a little door, and I might have a little window as well. I don't know whether I'm going to put the window at the front or at one of the sides. So Now I'm kind of excited doing it, but it's just the weather, you know. It's really shitty weather over here still. Tomorrow's supposed to be dry, and I kept saying on my video yesterday, tomorrow I'm coming up, you know, or if not Friday, and I kept saying tomorrow when I come up, and when I come up with tomorrow, but I kept meaning instead of tomorrow it's meant to be Friday because that's the only day we're going to have a kind of like dry day weather again tomorrow. And I did get a notification through my mobile phone through one of the news medias that we might be getting some snow soon, and another really bad gale like the Karina one, Karina or Karina, or whatever it's called. Going to get another one of those within the next week, apparently. So I'm just hoping my structure, what I've done so far, is going to stand because I'm using some of this cheap green gardening string. I don't know how good this is. Let me just open this one up. If I can open the plastic, because when I actually was using it yesterday, I just went like that and it snaps in half. So let's see if this is any good. Oh no, that's better. That's a lot better. Oh yes, I'm going to enjoy using this. That's a lot stronger than the actual garden one that I bought last time, and I still have quite a lot of it. So this one I'm definitely taking with me. And if I've got my other one in my bag, that's coming out of my bag, and these two are going with me. I say it's 197 foot each roll, and you get 4 rolls to £1 in Poundland. So it would be worth going up there if you've got a Poundland in your area to get some of these. And the tarps, you saw how big the tarp is. The tarp's only £1 each. Can't go wrong with the tarp. I'll be using those possibly more inside in the building. I'll have one on top outside, and then I might have one kind of like inside on the ceiling itself to keep more of the warmth in. The insides of the walls inside the building, I'll probably have tarps inside as well on the walls. Then I'll have one on the floor as well. The floor, what I'm going to do with that one, I did see a couple of pallets, wooden pallets not far from my landowner. I'm going to see if I can scrounge them up and have a wooden floor. If they've gone the time I go back up there, then I'll just use the normal tree branches and use that as a floor. And once I've done that, then I'll put a tarp down and then probably recover it again with more wood. So the tarp will probably also keep the warmth in between the 2 layers of wood on the floor. But yeah, I tend to buy too much sometimes. Sometimes I might not need what I don't need, kind of thing. Like 6 tarps. Am I going to need 6 tarps? Possibly, I don't know. If I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the building, so 1 on the roof outside, and 1 inside on the ceiling, that's 2, 3, 4, 1 on the floor, 5. I'm not sure about the doorway on the inside. I might just use the see-through plastic on that one. But I'll probably use 1 outside to store me firewood. So I need to make a little kind of like shelter thing for the firewood as well. So, yeah, a lot of work to do. So it's going to be fun. You're not going to get over and done with within a couple of days. It's going to take a long time to do. Like TA Outdoors, I was watching his video yesterday where he built that cabin with his lookout tower. That must have took him, a good couple of months, 5-6 months to do, probably. I don't know, because he was always like altering it, and that's what I'll probably do, alter mine. Because like, if you look at my video yesterday, I've got like a quarter of the back wall with the logs like on top of each other, but then I changed around and put the logs standing upwards, so it's like quarter upwards. But some people might think, well, that's a bit stupid that way. No, because what I'm going to do is where it's up on the actual, where the log's going across and not standing up, I'm going to use that bit and bring some logs out, make a couple of legs, and that's where my bed's going to go. So, so my bed's actually going to be leaned against the back wall. With gaps, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the gaps. I could try using is it fungus? No, not fungus. What's that greeny? It's not mold, is it? I can't think of what it's called now. The grassy shit, on the floor. I'll probably stick that in there. But because my landowner is he owns horses and he buys straw, I might be able to get some straw off him and mix straw with mud and fill the holes in with mud straw. Then put the tarps in afterwards. But what I want to do is to say, first of all, get the 3 walls done, then do the doorway, then the roof. Or I could do the 2 side walls, then the roof. So, I've got a complete shelter. The doorways I ain't worried about straight away. I can do them toward the end anyway. Get the roof done. I need to do the 2 side walls first, then the roof after. Then I can actually do the tarping, do the floor. And as long as I can get in there, then that's the main thing. Then I can work on a door towards the end. And the rest of the stuff, making a little kind of like shelter for, the firewood. That'll be done eventually. I want to make a table as well, wooden table, and also a chair. The only thing that I have not seen in that area, in these area, with the part where I am, I've not found any stumps, which is, no stumps. Now, when I was at Lidl's today, they had a stump that big and about that round. They wanted £8 for it. I thought, fucking, am I paying £8 for that? And then if I was going to pay £8 for it, it's more weight for me to carry, which I don't want to be doing. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask my landowner, Ron, if there's a particular tree, if I find one which is like, thick enough, ask him if it's possible to have it cut down and get a couple of stumps out of it. Because he has said, I can cut as much wood as I want down, because I think where his woodland is, it used to be longer and more dense. But he did eventually, cut quite a bit down himself, he said. And he was saying to me, there will be a time when he's going to be cutting more trees down. Because just in his way, he wants a bit more greenery for the horses and whatnot. So, he's got 7 acres of land, I think he said. And that woodland's about an acre and a half. And he's saying he don't really want that woodland there. So if he decides to chop it all down, then my bloody little base is going to be knocked down as well, I suppose. But I don't think he's going to knock it down. I don't think he's going to cut it down. He might cut a few more trees down. But he has given me permission to cut down what I need anyway. He said, Steve, knock yourself out. He goes, you ain't going to cut it down. I'll probably cut it down sometime. So, yeah. So that's what I've got to do next. 2 side walls, the ceiling, the roof. Hope to start on them tomorrow. there will be trees I'm going to need cutting down. And he said, because it is his land, it doesn't matter if it's dead wood or living wood. I can cut down whatever I want. But I ain't going to try to cut down, dead wood, and keep the living wood kind of erected still. But anyway, that's it. As I did do a video out on the common, but I don't know if the audio was recording, so I've got to check that out. And if I decide to upload it, I will do. It's only me walking around, getting bark off trees. And I did go into the deeper part of the common where all the main trees are, looking for fungi and mushrooms. Didn't find anything. No fungus, no mushrooms, nothing. So, not that I was going to bring them home and eat them. I just wanted to bring samples home and check them in the book. And I ain't even seen no mushrooms over where my landowner is, where I'm building my base. So maybe there just ain't no mushrooms growing this time yet. I don't know. So if I do decide to upload it, if there's no audio, I'll try to put some kind of soothing, kind of country music on the video, then upload it maybe. All right, I'm going to drink my coffee and my sandwich, and I'll catch you on the next one. Next video probably be tomorrow if I get out, up on my permission, doing some more working on the old structure. And yeah, if I get up there and do it, there'll be a video up tomorrow night. Cheers for watching, and catch you later.